Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good everything. How are you guys today? It's me. I just switch my place around so it feels better, for sure. Like you guys, feng shui works somehow if you follow the rules. Anyways, shall we? All right. So thank you and welcome today to another day of radiance. So, to continue our journey here, I'm gonna read today's prompt that it goes by recover. Okay? It goes like this. Ooh. Today, let's take a breath and recover. We all have something large or small from which we need to regroup, recover, replenish. The solution is not always to press onward. We can feel glimmers of hope without leaping to action. Sometimes we need digestion time, assimilation time. Today, let's not act if we don't want to or don't feel ready. Let's not act if we don't want to or don't feel ready. We don't even have to summon positivity. Let's just be with what it is and soften. Let's be curious about how our lives are unfolding. Let's trust the timing. Our words are being rocked repeatedly these days. And honestly, we have to allow for more room to breathe, express, and rest. Recovery. Slow it down, boy. Invitation. Lie down for 5 minutes sometime today. Just stop. Feel your body supported by your bed or by the earth. Let yourself exhale any unnecessary tension. Give it to what lies beneath you. Completely rest. Put your hand on your brow and smooth away the activity of your mind. Completely stop. Completely stop. Okay. How difficult is it, huh, to stop for real? And not like stop and not do anything, just like stop, do anything, and think nothing, and just relax, without any more stimulus. It's like we get information all the time. We have our phone in our hands all the time. Um, other devices too, whatever. How important is it to stop nowadays, huh? I feel like the over push of information of you have to do this, you have to it's too much. I've been talking to many friends about this, about the phones. Phones. It's like we wake up to them and we go to bed with them. It's like, and I don't like it at all. And I try to work it. And every morning that I wake up, it's like the challenge of do not pick your phone. Do not check your phone yet. Take a deep breath, drink some water, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, make your coffee, tea, mate. I make my mate and everything. And it's like, they're like what is the difference between being active the minute that you wake up than like being active like 30 minutes after we wake up, for real? Like especially in the city, I feel like it's like the rush of moving, of going, of having to do something all the time, or feeling the thought that you have to be productive, that we have to make, that we have to generate, that we have to do, that we have to. And it's like, when am I gonna take a break? And if I take a break, and am I really like resting, or am I just like not doing what I've been doing, and just like stopping and overthinking and blah 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 and stuff like that, you know? So it's nice to see this way of bringing it down a little bit, you know? Like last night, I like last night I was about to go to bed, and I was like, there's something off with my place. You know, I was like, feel like I love my place here. Like I truly love it, and I'm super grateful for this roof that I have. But at the same time, I was like, there's something off, and I grabbed this book that is the Feng Shui, that I had it in my on my bookshelf, and I started looking, and I was like, how about my desk? You know, what are the to do's or don'ts, and like about eating, and about like disposition, and about flow, and about this and about that. And I had things to do in the computer and stuff, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens if I make this switch, and instead of doing what I'm supposed to, I do something else that is not necessarily not doing nothing, and like laying on bed and breathing and just like being. I'm like super active all the time, and I love doing things. And I just like move my whole house around, change the disposition of my desk. Now I'm facing the door instead of being backwards to the door. And something kind of like, I don't know if magical happened, but curious, that it was like on my habits, you know, on my routine. I was used to like, once it's dark, and well, once it's like after 9 or something, I'll like try to go to bed and like grab my phone and turn something on the TV and watch something like a show or whatever. And I was staring at my like a new Canva that I have in my wall, blank. And I was looking at like watching the TV and looking at the canvas, and all of a sudden, like I got up, I turned off the TV, and I grabbed a marker, and I started like drawing. It's over there. I have to paint it yet. I just got the new paints. Um, but I feel like those are the things that kind of happen, and I love the drawing so far. Like I feel like it's gonna come out great as a painting. And it was like, sometimes great things happens when we change the way that we are used to flow, and like we change our habits and our patterns. And like sometimes like a small change can unfold something huge. And many times, now that I'm thinking, when I was feeling like kind of like blocked, like creatively blocked, or I couldn't find the inspiration, or I was like kind of like married to an idea and didn't know how to process it and bring it on, I will be like, okay, let's do something different. If my process is to sit down and write and like be in the computer and look for this and do that and blah blah blah, what happens if I do something completely different, like a collage? You know, always something that involves my hands, and feeling like artsy. You know, it's fun in the moment, but looking at throughout the distance, it's like it develops something different. You know, and that thing triggered that triggered that other thing, and now I'm happy with that outcome. But I never, or that was not my intention when I did it. I just did it because I wanted something different. And I feel like part of the recovery of like taking this title and It's nice to what I'm saying and I'm thinking, and to put it next to this wonderful book that I read, and I think that many people have read before, that it's The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And she writes about the artist recovery and like the creative recovery from blockage. And the main activity is morning pages every morning, like download all your information. And then the other one is doing activities throughout the week of things that we want to, we want to do, or that they have some that we have some interest on them, and just going for that. Like how many times we had this idea in our heads, and maybe we can see that idea like being present for so many months or for so many years, or like something that you wanted to do growing up, and you never like put the action to it, or you thought it was useless, or whatever. It's like, okay, let's tap into those desires of not desires of what's the word, of curiosity, of the what would happen if, what if I paint something, if I'm not a professional painter, or if I didn't go to art school, what if I decide to paint, what is going to come out of that? What if I anything, what if I want to do, okay, now we have so many tools on the internet, and it's so easy to get the supplies, it's like on your phone you can get whatever you want if you can pay for it. And it really unblocks that path of the unknown, and we leave room for the unknown. That is not bad, it's just unknown. And it's like all those possibilities that start to sprout of like, oh, I could be that version, I could do that, I could create that, I could make that, I could do it. Oh, I always wanted this. Okay, let's go for it. Why not? Why, like, um, and I feel like one of the reasons is that we are like a soft, like a hardware with a programmation, and it's like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, like the routine, like the if we follow every day the same things, if we it's kind of like predictable what's gonna happen. You know, you kind of know, like, okay, what I'm doing today is gonna it's gonna create my tomorrow. So, what a better way to create a better tomorrow than being our best version and to take it down. And like we were saying yesterday, that we were talking about the tiny steps, you know, the small victories. The not like the 0 to 100, but like the 1% every day. And I link it to the other book of Atomic Habits. It says if you do 1% of each of anything that you want to create in your life, and you respect that every day, 1%, 1%, 1%, if you do the math, in 100 days you're gonna like reach that 100%, you know. So the math is clear, and the formula is not that hard. And I was talking to my friend yesterday. I was like, dude, like, I feel like life is easier than we think that it is. You know, like, we've been taught that life is hard, life is complicated, life is a hustle, life is pain, life is the purgatory. That, yes, but it's also heaven. It could also be heaven. You know, like, as it is above, it's down here. As it heaven, it's hell. Everything. We are here, and we have the possibility to choose to live in heaven or to live in a purgatory of repeating habits, of repeating patterns, of looking at the empty side of the at the empty glass, you know, the empty version of the glass, however you say it. And I feel like it could be easier if we put also like our requirements of a perfect day or a good day, like, and we bring all those standards lower, and we're like, what did I do today? Okay, I took care of this thing, took care of that thing. I did this thing. I you know, if at the end of the day we can wind down and say, did I show up for myself today? Did I do what I wanted to do? Did I do what I had to do? Okay, bing, 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 go to bed, and that's heaven. And tomorrow is gonna be great. And if we follow this rule of nurturing ourselves every day with love and with passion and with responsibility, we guys, it's gonna look awesome, right? I'm starting to think that all these burps are just like, I don't know if it's like because I'm speaking, or I want to say that it's like like getting some information, so you don't think I'm a pig. I'm so sorry. I'm not cutting this. I'm not editing these videos. They come as is, and there we go. All right, so my dear Tarot, could I please have one card and one card only to share with my friends on YouTube about this topic that we are talking today about recovery and about a stimulation time, the time to digest life, to take it easy, to trust the timing, how can we be better with ourselves and kinder, and have more patience in the process. You guys, patience in the process, patience. Time will tell. Show up. Time will tell, but show up. Time will tell, but show up. Time will tell, but show up. Okay, Tarot, please. Could I have one card and one card only, my dear? Okay, let's go with this one. Of course. Of course. Of course, you guys. Who do we have here, baby? We have the Four of Pentacles, which means 4, a square of pentacles of earth. It's stability, it's solidity, it's wealthness, but it's also like I relate this card with Taurus so much. I don't know if that's not Taurus. I want to see what that symbol is. I feel like one is the sun, yes, and the other one, I never seen that before. I'll have to search it. Okay, let's see what it says. But I relate this card. It's like, it says like Taurus. Like I when I see the Fourth of Pentacles, I think of my father, that he's a Taurus, and this card for me, it gives me like the stability, and my dad as a Taurus, he's like this guy that I don't know, like I truly what is the word? I love this faculty of him, like ability, capacity of like having a head like here for the next 50 years. Well, I don't know the 50 years because it's but he was like all I remember from my dad. Everything I remember from my dad is like this ability to think ahead, but also in the present. But like this thing of like Taurus, that it's like it goes step by step, steady rock, creating solidity. It's not like a wild boy like me that it's like, yeah, let's go, yeah, yeah, for here, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and I love taking like huge steps, and that's why I emphasize so much in the tiny steps, on the baby steps, because I had taken like huge steps, and they're not easy. They're not easy to carry. They're not easy to maintain in time. It's like this card. It's like coin by 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 coin, and create a throne, and create a solid cube of wealth, of stability, or of like the fourth of pentacles, the Taurus, the matter, the structure, and and I feel like it's part of the recovery, to lock yourself and to remind you that it's coin by coin, day by day, taking it easy and thinking like my dad thinks as a Taurus, like ahead. I love being in the present, of course. I'm a present boy. But it's also an exercise to be in the present and do things in the present that in thinking of that as an impact for our future, you know and being in the present, doing steps by steps, always aligned with our duty, and create the stability in the recovery, to take a breath, to rest, and to trust the process. Here it says, Lord of earthly power. Earthly power is the matter, is the cash baby. Let's see what it says of the Fourth of Pentacles here. It's usually at the end, yeah. Fourth of Pentacles. Ooh, it's long. Lord of earthly power. A hand at the bottom holds a branch of a rose bush without flowers or buds, except for the rose in the center, which is in fully blossom. At the top center is a radiant sun. 4 discs, pentacles, appear in the card. Each disc is crowned with a winged disc. Ooh, right here. Nice. The 4 discs form the shape of a square. Yes. The center of the discs have a swastika type hexagram symbolizing the union of the Mother Earth. Where they say the 4 discs of the shape of the center. Okay. Can we see the swastika? Maybe not right away. Oh, this one, you mean? The center of the discs? Okay, so the swastika, for me as a Jew, has always had like a terrible connotation until I started reading about like the present stuff, and like Buddhist and spirituality, and seeing how this symbol has been forever, and it's like a symbol of it's like a symbol of like greatness, and like union, and like wellness, and like a cycle. It's a beautiful symbol that has gotten a terrible, terrible, terrible connotation. And yeah. The union of the Mother Earth. The hexagrams are strange in their design to suggest a feeling of power. The symbol for Capricorn appears above. What is that, Capricorn? Symbol of Capricorn appears above. The Sun and Capricorns appear below. Sun in Capricorn, 2030. Angels, Quebecia and Mendial. Meanings: material gain, success, rank, love of material wealth, earthly power completed, but leading to nothing beyond. Covetous, suspicious, careful and orderly, discontented. Right. So what can we say about this? If we want like this ability, we need to recover and to take a break, but also it's giving me like taking a break and not thinking. Here I'm gonna like bite my tongue or something, but it's like relating to myself. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes for me with the moon in Capricorn has been to choose work and think of work first and mostly through money, and thinking, how is this gonna give me money? Am I gonna take it or not? So I don't know, like it took me where I am today, where I am happy. So I always say I don't blame my past, and I'm not gonna beat myself if I am happy today where I am. And as long as I didn't hurt people along the way, and if I did, because we all hurt sometime, and we are all sometimes hurt by someone else. So I think, and I'm like, what would my life be like if I had taken or choosing or going for options that were not like aligned with money, would like where would I be, in this like hunger of more, of like of money, or like, but money is just like such a strong energy in this world. It's the energy that moves the world, like honestly. That's the reality. I would love to say that love is the energy that moves the world around, but I've seen so many powerful people moving the world around without any love and just like lots of money. So that's like, which one is more powerful? At least like people, there are a lot of people in this world with love. Like, I would love to say like most of the people in the world have love, but I feel like and there's like most of the people in the world, exception for, I don't know, like communities or like a specific religion or whatever, but it's like the world is driven by money, but by this energy of more, 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 creating, giving, gimme. So what could we do? Take it easy. Think of the future, think in the present. I don't know, girl, like this is just a space to think, to for you to make your own ideas. I'm not here to tell you what to think, what to do, because that's not me. I'm just reading what is going on. I'm just drawing one card and I'm like relating it to my experience in this world. You take it, you live it, you grab whatever it helps you, and what it doesn't, kiss it goodbye and say thank you. As I'm saying thank you for all of you today watching me here in a new episode of Everyday Radiance. And remember, 5 minutes. What if we stop 5 minutes for sure without any phone, like as a part of a meditation? What are the thoughts that are coming into our heads? What are the things that like, what is the message? What is the message? What is the message, you guys? And pay attention to that message, because you're not crazy. You're just receiving information. And act with love, act with patience, act with kindness, and show up to yourself. Clack that tea. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.